Welcome to Magus News. Eritrean government, through its representative at the UN, has leveled serious allegations against the TPLF. Allegations are not new, but one point is new. Eritrean government is claiming that TPLF, Tigray People Liberation Front, is reneging. It is backing out of one provision of Pretoria Agreement signed in November between Ethiopian government and TPLF in South Africa. Which provision is Eritrea talking about, and is TPLF really reneging on this provision? And if it is violating or it is not abiding by this point, where is Ethiopian government? Why is Ethiopian government silent? Is Eritrea putting pressure upon TPLF for implementation of this point? Or there is quid pro quo between Ethiopian government and TPLF? That TPLF is not abiding by one provision of the agreement, and in return, Ethiopian government will also get something from TPLF. Details for you. Firstly, Sophia Tesfamariam is Eritrean representative at the UN. And around 24 hours ago, she wrote an article for America Times. Title of this article is TPLF Terrorism, Threat to Regional Peace and Stability. Sophia Tesfamariam in the article leveled serious allegations against TPLF starting from 1998 Algiers Agreement, etc. TPLF's alleged interventions in the Horn of Africa. But in this video, we'll focus only on one point about Pretoria Agreement, which Sophia Tesfamariam mentioned in the article. Sophia claims that TPLF is backing out of one provision of the Pretoria Agreement. And the provision is about establishment of interim government in Tigray. Pretoria Agreement clearly states that interim government would be put in place in Tigray. Regional election will be held, new government will be elected. And it will happen after disarmament. The representative did not raise any question about disarmament. It means that disarmament is happening to the satisfaction of Eritrean government, because Tigray has already surrendered heavy weapons. Light arms will not be surrendered to the federal government, not all of them, because some will be handed over to Tigray regional forces too. So, no questions raised by Sophia Tesfamariam about disarmament. Point is TPLF committed to establishment of interim government in Tigray? Now, let's analyze this claim made by Eritrean government. It could be a way of putting pressure upon TPLF, because before the start of disarmament, Eritrean ambassadors, they were saying that TPLF was violating Pretoria Agreement. It was not interested in the implementation. It was not disarming. But then you saw that Tigray surrendered heavy weapons. And it was confirmed by African Union monitors, observers. So it could be a way of putting pressure upon TPLF to accelerate the establishment of interim government in Tigray, firstly. Secondly, what is happening in Tigray? Today, through DWTV, we saw a statement. DWTV today mentioned that Tigray People Liberation Front, political party, it has agreed to a request from Tigray President Debretsion Gebremichael. Tigray President wants to reshuffle the cabinet. Of course, he needs party's approval as well because he represents TPLF too. So party has agreed. And we know that extensive discussions were held in Mekelle last week. And heated debates were held with participation of TPLF, opposition parties, military leadership, and some say NGOs as well. And reportedly, a formula has been agreed. Reportedly, unconfirmed reports indicate that a formula has been agreed about formation of new cabinet without any election. 23-member cabinet could be formed in Tigray, reportedly. 14 members would be from TPLF. 3 from 3 opposition parties, Salsevuyene, Betona, Tigray Independence Party, 17. 14 plus 3, 17. 2 from military, Tigray military leadership. And 2 from diaspora, 2 from civil society. Again, I'm saying unconfirmed reports suggest that this 23 cabinet could be formed in Tigray. Will Debretsion lead this cabinet? It's not clear. Getachew 2 days ago confirmed that consensus had been reached for change in Tigray. So, change is going to happen. In coming days, you will see a change in Tigray regional government. Opposition parties will be adjusted, military adjusted as well. Question is, why is Tigray regional government doing all this? Pretoria agreement clearly stipulates that interim government will be put in place in Tigray. So, Tigray People Action Fund should consult opposition parties, civil society, Prosperity Party, other parties based in Addis Ababa to form interim government in Tigray. But no such consultations are underway. Consultations are internal for formation of a new cabinet, which wouldn't be interim government. So it means that what Eritrea is saying is based on some reports that Tigray regional government is delaying the establishment of interim government. Now, question is, where is Ethiopian government? Have you heard anything from the government? No, I have not heard anything from Ethiopian government. Why? Again, speculation. A few days ago, we heard that Ethiopian government was planning to form a Truth and Reconciliation Commission, South Africa style Truth and Reconciliation Commission. And it was being rumored that TPLF will agree to this commission in return for TPLF remaining in power in Tigray. So no interim government. That is what we learned, but those were rumors, again unconfirmed. If Ethiopian government is silent, it means that it is on board with TPLF. That is why it has not questioned the delay in the implementation of agreement regarding the interim government. Thirdly, I think 2 days ago, Tronwall, which is an analyst pro-Tigray, wrote an article. And he proposed a delay in holding of regional elections in Tigray. He put forward several arguments to prove that hasty regional election will not lead to stability in Tigray. So elections should be delayed. And Tronwall is very close to TPLF. So If you link all these developments, it seems that regional election could be delayed in Tigray. It means interim government's establishment is going to be delayed as well. TPLF will remain in power for some time. That is what seems to be the case. So we'll have to wait a little, I think. If new cabinet is formed in Tigray and government remains the same, it means that interim government's establishment, holding of regional election are being delayed in Tigray. And it will give Eritrea a reason to violate the peace deal, though Eritrea is not a signatory to the peace deal. The agreement was between Ethiopian government and TPLF. But if interim government is not established in Tigray, obviously it would provide Eritrea with an excuse or with a reason to violate the agreement. Let's see what happens.